Here is exactly how the RBT exam works and how to pass it. The Registered Behavior Technician exam is built on a new blueprint as of 2026, and most of the free study material online is still teaching the old one. Let's fix that first. The RBT credential is issued by the Behavior Analyst Certification Board, the BACB. An RBT is an entry-level practitioner who delivers applied behavior analysis services, usually one-to-one with a client, under the ongoing supervision of a certified behavior analyst. You do not design the program. You run it, you take the data, and you escalate anything that changes. That distinction is not just a job description, it is the most tested idea on this exam. The test is delivered in person at Pearson VUE testing centers, and every question is multiple choice with 4 options and 1 correct answer. The format is 85 questions in 90 minutes, but only 75 of them are scored. The other 10 are unscored pilot questions the board is trying out for future exams. They are not marked, you cannot spot them, and they cannot hurt you. That leaves a little over a minute per scored question, and most candidates finish with time to spare. Now the passing score, and this is where the internet will mislead you. The BACB does not publish a passing percentage. The cut score is criterion-referenced. A panel of certified subject matter experts judges how many questions a minimally competent entry-level technician should answer correctly, and that number is reset whenever the exam content changes significantly. 2 things follow. Your result is simply pass or fail, and you get it at the testing center before you leave. And you are scored on overall performance, not area by area, so 1 weak domain is not an automatic fail. It just costs you points you have to make up somewhere else. If it does not go your way, you can retake it. You wait 7 days between attempts, with up to 8 attempts inside the 12-month authorization window that opens when your application is approved. And here is something that surprises new: passing does not switch you on. Your certification starts inactive and stays inactive until your supervisor adds you as in their BACB account. Before you can even apply, 5 things have to be in place. You must be at least 18, with at least a high school level education. You must pass both a criminal background check and an abuse registry check, completed within 180 days of your application. You have to finish a 40-hour training that meets the board's current requirements. And you must complete an initial assessment with a qualified assessor no more than 90 days before you apply. Now the part almost nobody online has caught up with. The exam is written from a document called the RBT Test Content Outline, and the 3rd edition took effect for exams beginning in 2026. 3 of the 6 domains were renamed. Measurement became data collection and graphing. Skill acquisition became behavior acquisition, and professional conduct and scope of practice is now simply called ethics. The underlying work is similar, but the tasks were resorted, and the question counts moved with them. Those counts tell you where your study hours belong. Out of the 75 scored questions, behavior acquisition plus behavior reduction come to 33, so nearly half the exam sits in 2 domains. Ethics is the surprise: 11 questions, more than documentation and more than assessment, which is the smallest at 8. Candidates routinely treat ethics as common sense and lose points there. So the highest value habit before you open any study material is to check which edition it teaches. Look for the words 3rd edition and for the domain name behavior acquisition. And know the board's own rule: if a new edition takes effect while your authorization is still active, you test under the new edition, and the BACB says exceptions will not be granted. The year printed on a study guide tells you nothing. The edition it names tells you everything. Let's do 3 real questions. First, from data collection. An RBT gives the instruction, put on your shoes. The client does comply, but the supervisor is concerned about how long the client takes to begin responding after an instruction. The answer is latency, the time from the antecedent event to the start of the response. Duration times 1 instance from beginning to end, and interresponse time measures the gap between 2 responses. Only latency is about the delay before the response starts. Second, behavior reduction. During a math worksheet, A student rips the paper and pushes it off the desk. Every time, the adult takes the worksheet away and the student sits quietly until the next activity. The function is escape from the task demand. Function is decided by what happens immediately after the behavior, never by what the behavior looks like. Here something was removed and the behavior kept happening, which is negative reinforcement, which means escape. Attention and tangible functions both involve something being added instead. Third, ethics, and a version of this one appears in the board's own published sample questions. You are out to dinner, and a friend points at a child across the restaurant and asks, "Isn't he one of the kids you work with?" The best response is that confidentiality means you can neither confirm nor deny whether anyone is a client. Whether a particular person receives services is itself confidential, so confirming the relationship is already a disclosure, even if you never share another detail. So how do you prepare? 4 things. 1. Drill practice questions until the principles are automatic. Nearly every item is a short scenario, so recognizing a definition is not enough, you have to apply it under a clock. 2. Master the vocabulary because most questions turn on a single term. Negative reinforcement versus punishment. Prompt versus discriminative stimulus. DRO versus DRA. Mixing up a pair like that turns a question you understand into one you get wrong. 3. Track your misses by domain rather than as one number, and spend your time where the questions are. 4. Read the entire scenario before you look at the options, and slow down whenever you see the words best or most. Those questions usually have 2 answers that are defensible and one that is best, and the difference is a detail sitting in the scenario. Quick recap. 85 questions, 75 scored, 90 minutes. Pass or fail at the testing center with no published percentage to aim at. 6 domains under the 3rd edition outline, and acquisition plus reduction is nearly half of them. And the habit worth more than any single fact. Match your study material to the 3rd edition. Practice free at .com/en/RBT, all 6 content areas. In English, Chinese, and Spanish, no. Good luck on your exam.